From Las Vegas, live at Lamar Theater, podcast starring actor Jean-Claude Lamar, producer Eurika Pratt.
Welcome to Lamar Theater. My name is Jean-Claude Lamar.
I'm Eurika Pratt.
And welcome to another episode of Live at Lamar Theater here in Las Vegas, where we talk about everything in the entertainment industry as it relates to what's going on here in Las Vegas, but also in the broader scheme of things.
Yeah.
Now, it's been a while, Eureka, and we have not been on a podcast.
I know.
We are, in fact, now I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So, Eureka had to upload our last episode and accidentally deleted it. Deleted the entire episode. It was such a great episode. We talked about the Los Angeles wildfires and all of that. It was very, very, it was quite an informative episode.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you.
You're welcome.
For your sabotage.
I still apologize about that. I don't know what happened, but I was moving too quickly and I accidentally deleted it.
She deleted it. In any event, we are more hopeful now. It is February. We just finished a Valentine's Day show here at the theater. And it got me thinking. And you know, and this is going to get kind of deep, guys. This is going to get a little intense. Okay. All right? Because it's all about gender roles here at the theater. Mm-hmm. Okay? I mean, we have a show here called Black Girl Magic Burlesque that you are a part of.
Yes.
And great show, by the way.
Thank you.
The show's doing really well.
Yes.
And attendance is up. And I think part of that is because of you, no?
I'll take the credit.
Okay.
No, it's been a great team effort.
Yeah, no, all of you guys are great. The girls are great. But my point is that is a show where 100% of the cast are women. Mm-hmm. It's made up of women, and I have to deal with these ladies 4 nights a week, right?
Just like I have to deal with the guys in Black Magic Live.
That's right, which is our male review show.
Yeah.
And okay, so now we're gonna dissect for you guys some of the nuances, some of the pitfalls and the challenges of dealing with me as a man dealing with an all-female burlesque show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I get a lot of questions about that. Like, how do you do it?
Right.
Or you get a lot of, you must really love your job.
Right. So
I get that all the time.
For the guys, right? Because you're walking around, you have to go backstage.
Yeah.
These guys are half naked half the time, right?
All the time.
Okay, so let's deal with my issues first.
Okay.
Okay, here's my issues. And I'm going to share them with the world. I'm going to share them with you.
I'm interested.
And hopefully, as a woman, you can provide some insight. Okay. Especially a woman that's been in the entertainment industry for as long as you have. Okay, now, the women that I deal with every day at the Black Girl Magic show, they're beautiful girls, meaning they're good people. Wholesome young ladies, but they have some issues. I mean, they have some issues.
That's fair. Everyone
right?
does.
They have some issues. Yeah. And one of my pet peeves is being on time. And is it a woman thing? I'm sure there are a lot of women who are on time at work. Like,
there are lots of women who are on time all the time, but I've met my fair share, and there's a lot of women that aren't on time. Even with the check-in process when it's time to start Black Magic Live, it's an audience full of women, and they will show up. Most of the audience will show up 10 minutes before showtime or 10 minutes after showtime, instead of the 30, 40 minutes that they should.
Okay, and if that's the case, we're talking about women and tardiness, both on the performer side
and
the consumer side. What about accountability? Does anyone ever show up and go, "Oh my God, I know I'm late"? Ooh, but
yeah, I mean, we're always
that has not been my experience. They take no accountability for being late.
You know what it is? I think with the cast, the Black Girl Magic cast, most of the time, call time is during the previous show.
Okay.
So there's always an assumption that hopefully you won't notice. So they just won't say anything. Just kind of mosey on in, and until you say something, it's like, oh damn.
Yeah, but then but my antennas are always up. I'm
I
always
know.
looking at my watch. I'm always
Literally.
trying to see who's on time, who's not on time, and then when I go back there, everyone is on the defensive. Well, JC, there's
I know.
traffic. Hey, JC.
That's all the time.
JC, I live in Altadena. Hey, JC, you're always getting and I'm like, dude, it's a job. You got to be here at
Yeah.
a certain time, and that's that, right? So that is one major issue that I'm finding dealing with the women, because I didn't deal with that with the guys.
No, we didn't.
The guys are on time.
But we do tend to have a lot of us ladies, if we're honest, we do have a problem with time management. Time
really?
management is tough. It's tough. We undercalculate how long it'll take us to get ready, how long we think we'll get there in 10 minutes.
Makeup and stuff like
everything.
that. Okay. So I shouldn't take it personal.
No, I wouldn't take it personal.
Okay. So I'm going to scratch that off my grievance board, and we're going to move on to item number 2.
Okay.
Okay. So what I've found is, and I don't want ladies to take this any way, but when you give direction to the guys, they're usually very open.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, all right, cool, that makes sense. I respect your years in the business, your expertise in this area. Giving the women guidance, there's always pushback. So I'll say something like, hey, I think we need to do a pirouette here. And what I'll hear is, have you ever done a pirouette, JC? Because it's not as easy as you're making it seem. And I'm like, what? You're the dancer. I assume you know what to do
Look,
here.
we're complicated creatures, okay? We're complicated. We have opinions about everything.
Yes. I don't want to hear it. I don't have the time. I don't have the intestinal fortitude to go through this. It is, at the end of the day, I am finding there's a lot of clashing when it comes to
Taking your direction.
directives and sort of trying to move the show
Yes.
creatively.
We get there, but it is.
Oh no,
it's
they definitely
challenging.
get there, but it is literally a back and forth, literally for 20 minutes, and I'm like,
I've seen it. Yeah. it's
you've
true.
seen it.
Yeah,
and
I sit back and I watch.
and it's very, very frustrating.
I can imagine.
And again, I can only compare it to the male show because, they're both very similar shows. But the guys are a lot more receptive
Yes.
to it. Now, okay, so that's still a check on my grievance board, okay?
Yeah, it's going to be a lifelong grievance.
No. Well, no, life is short, so I'm going to have to just make some changes. Okay, so let's keep it 100. Okay, here's another issue. It's not an issue. This one is a little touchy. I've never met a group of women who just love being naked around each other.
Oh, that's you just happen to be a fly on the wall. That's all the time. No matter where we are, if we're in a house, if we're in the locker room, if we're in the dressing room, if we're comfortable with each other.
This was a first for me.
Yeah.
I've never.
It's always, oh God, will you
No,
guys
like I
please
walk into the,
lock the
I
door?
knock the door. I knock. Hello, is everybody good?
Like,
All right. Yeah, come on in, JC. Open. Oh shit! Put your clothes on.
All the
Jesus,
time.
they set me up and do this all the time, and it's gotten to a point now where.
Actually, I think that might be our little trick to keep you out of the dressing room.
Yeah, I'm like,
He won't come back here if he knows what
I'm
you're
like, please, people, please. And usually, what's funny is, I'm coming back there mad about something. And I think they all apply. And that's the other thing, too, by the way. Sometimes I'll go back there, and you guys are talking. They're clothed at this point. They've got their clothes on. And they're talking. And the moment I walk in to say something like, hey, guys, here's what needs to happen. And whatever they were talking about, everyone suddenly they part way, like it's the Red Sea. They all, and I'm like, what were y'all talking about? Like what was so?
Whatever it is, it usually had nothing to do with you. We just didn't need your involvement in the conversation.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is something y'all talking about me? And by the way, I found out recently, and I don't know if we talked about this in the last episode. So they've all gotten together, the girls, and decided, hey, we figured JC out. So whenever he comes back here, 9 out of 10 times, it's because he's upset about something. And what we all need to do, Eureka actually told them, just compliment him on something. Like his jacket looks nice, his hair, something. And trust me, you're good.
Immediately disarmed.
And I'll walk in, I'll be like, hey, listen, you guys, I told you.
Is that a new jacket? I didn't see this one last time. You just changed it?
Yeah, so you like it?
Yeah,
All right,
that's kind of cool.
Okay,
I want a jacket like that.
Oh, no problem. All good. And then I'll walk out forgetting what I was upset about.
It's that easy. All the time.
I didn't realize it until one of them blurted it out by
thanks,
mistake.
Bree.
Blurted it out and said, JC, I don't know if you know, but we all just give you compliments and that.
He still falls for it, though.
Not cool at all. Not cool. So there is the getting dressed and kind of the ladies and I try to tell them, like, guys, please make sure you guys are fully dressed, because we have a stage manager back there, Foreplay, who's also a male.
But he's actually much better. He will not. He knows, because he knows the show.
Okay.
He knows the timing of when we're changing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
He
got it.
rarely walks through that door.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's 3. And then the other question, and this one's more of a question, not a grievance.
Okay.
I get is, do you find the ladies attractive? Like, are you attracted to any of these women? And I don't know if I'm just getting. I mean, listen, I'm not blind. They're clearly very beautiful women.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if I'm getting a little up in age, but. And I say this respectfully, they more annoy me.
We do. We annoy the life out of you.
I'm like, and I see their relationships, I see them and the guys they date and all of that. So they're almost kind of like my
We're like your adopted daughters.
Yeah, they're like my daughters,
Yeah,
kind
not
of.
me per se, but yeah.
They're like my daughters, even you. I mean,
To an extent.
because at that point, you're no longer playing the
Yeah.
owner role. You're more of, so I
Team
kind of
member.
look at them like, okay, these are my troublesome
And that's how you treat us too.
group.
You. You're suspended.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
you.
Go
stop.
home. You go home.
You
So-
walked in the dressing room yesterday because we ran out of champagne. The bottle was empty for the queen of the night, and every girl takes a turn, and we ran out. But we were one staff member short, so usually there's someone there we can tell to go to the bar, head out, and get us another bottle. There was no one there, so we just sat there. You walked in, you go, "What? You just get up, go to the bar, and go. What is it? Get off your ass."
Yeah. So customers.
And we just looked at her. She was like, "All right, Dad."
Yeah, so customers pay for what we call Queen of the Night, where at any point during the show, you can get you pay to come up on stage and get a dance by all the ladies, a nice choreographed dance. It's a lot of fun, and it also comes with champagne. And 3 ladies, we had I think 8 queens that night, and I think 5 of them got their champagne. And as I was watching, I'm like, the other 3 ladies didn't get champagne. So I went in the back. They're like, oh, we ran out of champagne, and we didn't have time to go to the bar. And I'm like, the bar is literally 7 feet from the.
7 feet.
They're like, oh, we didn't know. I'm like, bro, no. And I was so upset. And, when I'm on the warpath, it's.
We really did get scolded like a bunch of kids.
I'm like, you guys know better
Use
than
your
this.
brain.
Use your
Use
brain.
your legs and
and
get
if
up
you
and
guys
go.
don't have a brain, put it all together. All your brains together to make one brain.
And then stormed out of the room. We're like,
Okay. All right.
okay.
Okay, so tell me your challenge. So those are my list of grievances. I'm sure I have some more, but they're nitpicky stuff.
What are some of the things you've learned dealing that you were not privy to before that you've come to appreciate or slightly appreciate about women? Women or in a group, team members, staff, while working here?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I've learned, so with this particular show, the cast is made up of about 7 women. In the time that we've created the show, which was about 2 years ago to now, we've gone through probably about 200 women
It's been a lot,
that have come in and out of the show. And what I've realized is there are 2 types of women in this world. The ones that take accountability and the ones that don't. Plain fact. And that's probably true for men too, but for women, it's more glaring because when they don't take accountability, they gaslight. Sometimes men don't take accountability, but they're like, yeah, you know, it's just, yeah, I knew I fucked up, but hey, it is what it is. That's men. Women will be like, well, the thing, okay, fine, but you, the problem I have with you, I'm like, but we're not talking about me, we're talking.
Okay.
So I've learned that. The group that we have right now, including yourself, take accountability. Even though they will mess up, they will acknowledge their mess up. So that's what I've learned primarily, and that's such a strong element because I used to think before working with these ladies and working with women, I used to think I actually didn't really put much on it, whether women took accountability or didn't. There wasn't really a conversation. I would just walk away.
I think I've noticed throughout the years of working with you, once we started the show, more so like this past year, you've become more patient.
I have become more
You've
patient.
become more patient
but the patience,
when dealing with girls.
But the patience comes out of the fact that I think you guys are obnoxious. So I'm like, yeah, well, I guess they're not operating with a full deck. So
Wow.
yeah, special needs.
Not special.
You gotta work. No, but they're great. They're great people, and you know, they try really hard.
You love being around us.
Yeah,
no matter how
they're
much
good.
we annoy you, you will not stay away from a party, a staff gathering,
Yeah.
a staff meeting. You're always right
I'm
there.
always like, hey,
what are we doing, girls?
What's going on? What's going on? What new set are you guys
Yeah.
thinking about?
He loves our gossip.
Yeah.
Loves our gossip.
Who's dating who?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're dating an arm wrestler? What do you? Okay, so and what about you and the guys?
You know,
Do you have a list of grievances? A list of
if I really thought about it, I would say I have learned that men can be just as complex as women, especially in this space.
The creative space.
The creative space. You know, they've got their own ideas, they've got their own thoughts, they have their own ambitions. It's much easier to lead them, that's for sure. But it's much easier to communicate. I communicate great with the guys.
Okay.
They are very respectful.
This is male artists versus female artists.
Versus female artists. Now, the girls, they're very respectful, you know, but
But they got their own ideas.
they've got their own ideas, which is fine. But you will get you've got to over-explain yourself.
Some pushback.
With
You'll
the
get
girls.
some
You've got
pushback.
to over-explain yourself. Me, I'm a girl, so I'm probably going to over-explain myself anyway. So it doesn't bother me as much. But with the guys, I really just, as long as I say this is what I want you guys to do, they go, oh, okay, when do you want us to do it? And then they do it. So I don't really get much pushback from them. I would say, though, they're a lot more codependent than women are.
The men.
The men.
Okay.
They are codependent.
Now these are our dancers, right?
These are our
The
dancers and all the dancers that I've seen throughout the years.
Yeah. What do you mean codependent?
You know, I feel like they need, you know, a lot of the times we think of men and we think they're strong, just leave them be. They
Independent.
got it all
Right.
on their own. They'll be fine. They motivate themselves.
Got it.
It's not always true.
Got it.
I find myself having to constantly think about how to keep them motivated, how to remind them that
Got
they're
it.
great,
Got
that
it.
they're performers, or else they'll start to
Unravel.
or
Get
forget
insecure.
that they get a little insecure. Yeah. And they need that. They need push. They need a little encouragement every now and then.
Male artists.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny you say that because in directing movies over the years, I have found that male actors tend to be more, for lack of a better word, introspect. They live very much in their own
Very much so.
mind, and they're not sure about things and want
Yes.
to kind of The women tend to be a little more.
I've got this.
The female
you know?
actresses tend to be more independent minded, if that's the way. Yeah.
I thought that was interesting because I don't find that outside of this space, outside of the creative space, probably because I don't really, you know,
Got it.
socialize in that way. But yeah, I find myself wanting to hold their hands more than I have to with the girls.
With the girls, okay, and okay, so then that's okay. So that's one observation.
Yeah,
You've
and it's not
made.
like they're going, "Oh, please hold my hand," and
Has working around men given you a better appreciation for men?
Absolutely. absolutely. I'm very sensitive to
Their mental state.
their mental state,
emotional.
making sure that they feel respected,
Got it.
making sure that they feel heard. Just for the past several years, all the things that's been happening has really, it's forced it to be at the forefront of my mind. How I speak to them, how I direct them, and or how I even if I need to reprimand anyone or tell them what they did wrong, how I communicate with that is very important.
Got it. Yeah, and specifically, and I'm going to sort of expand on that thought a bit, especially when you're dealing with black men.
Absolutely.
They come with their own traumas.
Absolutely.
Even as artists and dancers, performers.
They're often dismissed. Their thoughts and ideas.
So
are
I try.
dismissed.
I know for a fact.
Yeah, you're very
I
cognitive
deal
of that.
with them very respectfully. I give them their space, and acknowledge their contribution.
Absolutely.
Without getting too much into
Yeah.
their business.
Yeah.
I even the guys, like, I don't know. I know more about who the girls are dating than the guys.
Absolutely.
Because I just think, like,
I mean, guys are just guys. When it comes to that, I don't think there's much.
yeah, well, I think as men, we kind of know what the
Yeah,
the
we know.
parameters
Yeah, women. A lot of us want to kind of expose our vulnerability.
Yeah.
Men don't.
Yeah, right.
But it's going back to how I communicate with them. It's an interesting. I have learned how to do it because as a woman, I think I'm attractive. How you communicate with them and how you deal with them really determines how much respect you will get. Because men are men.
Which is probably on everyone's mind, because that's a big question. I know you've gotten this a lot. Have you ever found any of the guys attractive, and have you ever dated any dancer?
I've never dated a dancer. I have found a dancer attractive when I first started seeing dancers.
Okay.
But then, you just can't mix business with pleasure. So, the moment I showed slight, because we're girls, we're automatically, even guys, if you find some, you're going to show a little favoritism. Like, this is my favorite. So I like the way you look. I'm going to put you in the center. Everything will fall apart. Everything. Because everyone will notice.
Got it.
And so then you just kind of learn to go, okay, it doesn't connect.
See them that way, right?
I don't. Now I just see, I don't even know what I see. I see all the guys, but they're like relative now. And I have to see it that way. Immediately, the moment I hire you, you're a part of my team. I am here to lead you. I don't want to lead you on. And I do not need you coming batting your eyelashes at me.
Right.
Because they're watching. And the moment you let your guard down, it's like vultures. It's over.
We go, Eureka.
Yeah,
it was nice meeting. Hello.
No, and also no one's listening to you. It's like, don't listen to her. Go flirt with her. And I've seen it happen a million times.
That's a big one now, and the way you were saying earlier, the way you carry yourself
Absolutely.
also has a
very important.
Okay.
Very important. I found it, and I didn't really notice that I had made certain shifts and changes until I was in the girls' show, and most of the guys that are in the show, they're watching the show. They stay, they have to cash out their money, they're watching the show. And the first couple of shows, I was quite nervous to come on. I'm like, you guys should not
see you.
No,
Right.
I'm half dressed.
Right.
And there was no weird energy. It was just like, okay, girl. They're giving me high fives like they've known me for 100 years.
Now, what else would you say is another challenge or a grievance or an issue when it comes to gender? You being a woman running an all-male review show. Besides, what about girlfriends or wives of the dancers having issues with you? Has that happened?
That has never happened.
That's
I don't
never
know if it's happened on their end, on their side.
Got it.
But because of the way I'm a girl's girl anyway.
Got it.
The moment wife, girlfriend shows up, even if I'm unsure, my attention goes there. How are you? Do you need to get the front seat? Make sure you go up there to your man.
Got it. And for me, I've never encountered guys coming in, because the girls probably go home complaining about me half the time.
Yeah, they're complaining. So the guys aren't worried. They're like, oh, she hates him anyway. She hates his guts. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But I have gotten I've heard a lot about you. Oh, nice to meet you. And then you kind of get the look and be like,
I never get that. Nice. Hey, heard some great things about you. I never get that.
I get that all the time.
I always get, hey, how you doing, man? All right. You the asshole, huh? Yeah, I always get that. And I'm
That's
always like,
so funny.
and I'm always like,
What I do?
Hey.
I don't know.
Okay. So guys, this is so important for us to talk about because we get a lot of questions about it. Me on the girls'
Yes.
side, Eureka on
Yes.
the
No,
on
I
the
don't
male
date the
side.
guys. I never have. They're all great people, but it's just not.
Not your thing.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to date the person I have to
And
work
that's
with.
the thing. Being
Always in my face.
small
No.
business owners and producers of these shows, you have to kind of move very professionally and in a way that doesn't compromise even your authority.
Absolutely.
Because that is the main thing, right? After a while, people start not listening to you because you've got a special
Yeah.
relationship with them or whatever.
But I did learn though, respect begets respect.
That is correct.
There are
That is
bosses,
correct.
there are leaders that are just,
Yeah.
I'm above it all, and
Yeah.
I just do as I say, not as I do, and that doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
Especially within our culture. It
Within
doesn't
our
work.
culture, yeah. All right, guys. Well, this concludes this episode. We're going to be talking a lot more about the goings on here. But very quickly, what shows are you? How are the shows doing so far right now at the theater?
Shows are doing well. Shows
Okay.
are doing well. We're entering into the spring, which is spring break time, and then
Busy
the summer.
season in Vegas.
Busy season is coming.
We have New Edition out here.
New Edition is here. Janet Jackson is here.
Janet.
And of course, the nightclubs always have some sort of rapper. or
Speaking of
something like that.
nightclubs, I heard through the grapevine, you guys are planning like an R&B night.
How'd you hear that through the grapevine? You're a part of the conversation, JC.
Okay, fine.
We are planning an R&B night.
Planning an R&B
Yes, we're launching in March. And just opening up the space after the shows. People want to
people
always want to
don't-
linger around and still have fun,
And
continue to
yeah,
drink and party.
yeah, we also we get that. So March is going to be pretty busy. So
Yes.
we've got this R&B night that we're launching.
Mm-hmm.
So after you come see the show, you can stay and listen to some R&B and some
Socialize.
vibe and whatever. The first R&B night,
March 6th.
March 6th, and Black Girl Magic is hosting.
Black Girl Magic is hosting.
Is hosting that night. And also, heard through the grapevine, you just purchased a food truck.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I thought you were going to talk about our Thursday nights. Yes, we're offering food in 2 weeks. Eureka's Good Soul is
It's
launching.
called Eureka's Good Soul. It's soul food. So what's the menu? What are you gonna have?
The staples obviously are going to be, you don't want a full course meal. You're at a
Right.
theater, you want finger food, some bar food, French fries, chicken wings, collard greens, mac and cheese. All the things you want to,
That sounds
especially
good.
because you're drinking, so you
Right.
want to make sure you're
Okay.
satisfied, but not overdoing it.
Okay. I like that.
It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
excited. Everyone in the theater is talking about it.
I
Oh
know.
my God, it's gonna be.
They've all got ideas,
Yeah.
what they want to put on the menu.
A vegan,
It's so funny.
a vegan option. What's up? All right, guys. Well, we're gonna leave it at that. And again, remember, if you need to purchase tickets for any of the shows here, go to www.
Lamar Both.
thelamartheater.com.
.com.
All right. Until next time.